Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be focusing on things that I personally think makeup brands can do to better themselves, and it kind of go a two-way street both for the brand and for the consumers. I'm very aware that the points I'm going to be making are strategies that these makeup brands use to grow their business, to make money. They are a business at the end of the day, and businesses, the reason is to make money. That's the end goal. But as we continue on in the makeup consumerism, the makeup industry, there are ways that we can change about our strategies to better improve ourselves. So if I were a makeup brand, I would consider these things to kind of change up the way that things have been going on in the makeup industry. The first recommendation I have is to pump the brakes a little bit on the amount of products that companies come out with. I think at this point in the game, nearly everything, I feel like everything has been made. So instead of trying to, create this new palette and just switch up the different colors from this palette and grabbing it from there and creating a new one, we as consumers probably have that combination already in our collection. What I think makeup brands should focus on more is trying to do something innovative, something creative that will require more time, more research, more development. But if you're already like an established company and you've got your core pieces that people would consider holy grail items, the money will still come in. But having something different, something that changes the industry or something that kind of vamps it up a little bit, I think at this point in the makeup game, that's more noteworthy than just coming out with so many things frequently. So makeup brands, take your time with development. We definitely have our fair share of makeup items to keep us busy. We want that new item that's going to change the game. The next thing is more personal to me because I understand that some people love packaging, but I think that makeup companies should focus less on packaging and more on the actual product. I'm the type of person that I really like simple packaging. I like it simple, I like it sturdy, and that's it. I'm more concerned about the performance of a product than what it looks like on the outside. Packaging gets people. I understand it. But for me as a consumer, I don't need a unicorn in the front of my, palette. And I don't need a pop-up dragon when I open it. I would much rather open a palette and swatch stuff and be amazed to actually use it and be like, hey people, look at this eyeshadow palette. Look at how it swatches, as opposed to, look at this pop-up dragon. Makeup companies focus on packaging because everything's kind of been done already. Like, there's so many different formulas, there's so many different eyeshadows. But if I make this packaging look really pretty, it's gonna make consumers go, oh, I already have those colors, but look at that packaging. I get it, that's how you get people. But I think it's much more impressive to be in the makeup industry and be known for your makeup quality than what the outside packaging looks like. Make sense? Number 3 has to do with collaborations. I have no problems with collaborations because honestly, that's how makeup brands reach out to the community. They want these well-known YouTubers, influencers, if you will, to reach out to their audience and be like, hey, I'm working with this brand, check out my product, I worked hard on it. But for collaborations, I feel like makeup brands push so much more of who the collaboration is with as opposed to the actual collaboration product. So when you get a full collaboration with the eyeshadow palette, with the lipstick, the lip gloss, the whole shebang, it's always like, this is the line from this person. Look, it has their name on the front. It's wonderful, but this is from this influencer, this is their collaboration, it's gonna be limited edition, never know when it's gonna come back again. And by the way, again, it's by this influencer. I think it's more effective and more honest about the actual product when you're like, this is the product that we worked with so-and-so. Look at the eyeshadows here. Let me swatch it for you. This is what it looks like. Here's a tutorial. Here's how you can use it. Here's 3 different looks you can create with it. And this is not to say that not all collaborations are like that. There are some collaborations out there where the reviews and the tutorials were just like spot on. But I think from a makeup brand's standpoint, they should work a little bit harder at actually pushing their product as opposed to pushing who they did the product with. The influencers are doing their part. I think that the actual company needs to do theirs to kind of let the audience know that, hey, we're not just doing this because we want to make money from this influencer, but we are pushing this product because we believe in our quality of makeup. The next item on the list is the PR list system. I don't think there's anything wrong with the PR list if you want to give influencers your product to share with their audience to potentially buy your products. Of course, I think that's great. I think giving people the opportunity to try a product and share it to the public without like having to battle with themselves and like whether or not they want to buy it. More of like a here's the product, see what you think. If you want to make a tutorial, I think that's great. I think PR lists are great. But I honestly think that makeup brands are losing out in the entire makeup community. What you find with PR lists is that they give it to the biggest names in the influencing or beauty community. What I think would be a great idea is to create a system where smaller influencers, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, their blogs, and when the release comes out, the company can, randomize, okay, we want to give 20 random people. I mean, they already have these eyeshadow palettes ready to go. So what's 20 palettes? You know what I mean? Even 50, 100, who knows? Randomize it, give it to these smaller YouTubers to do their reviews. Because the thing that I find most especially prevalent now with PR listings is that a lot of people find that these influencers may not be giving their honest 100% review or ideas about the product. I'm not saying all, again, some people are like straight up honest, but there's also that pressure to give them a good review so that they can stay good with the brand. But with smaller influencers, I feel like there's this generalized feeling of a bit more honesty, a bit more truthfulness, because at the end I'm included, we have less to lose from it. You know what I mean? And so if brands give these smaller influencers the opportunity, much like they give these bigger influencers, there's quite a few things that can happen. For one, you're opening up the table for influencers of all levels to share their opinions about the product that you're, bringing out. But also for the brands, what's going to happen is these smaller YouTubers are going to be like, hey, this brand gives us smaller influencers the chance, like these other bigger YouTubers. That brand doesn't do that. I'm going to support this brand. Do you know what I mean? It's a marketing strategy. If you can get to the smaller influencers and let the audience see that you're reaching out to everybody, the whole makeup community, more people are going to be on board with your brand because you're not just catering to these big names, you're catering to everybody. And trust me, when inclusivity is involved, a lot of people get on board. The next one is brand trips. I don't think brand trips are bad. I just think that the way they do them could be revamped. The reason I say this is because brand trips happen when a new launch is about to happen. Like, we're going to be launching this new product. All big influencers, let's get together, let's look at these products, and let's go, hiking and ziplining, and you get this massage and all of these wonderful things. I don't know. For me, I would think that's a little bit of a bribe. I mean, come on, right? I'm gonna give you this great, wonderful trip, and then here's a whole bunch of products, like, do what you need to do. And there are influencers. Again, it's not everybody. There's influencers out there who, regardless, will still give you an honest review. But let's say out of 10 people, right? more than half of them will give them a positive review because they just took you to Bora Bora. So here's how I think brands can better engage with the makeup community, which is far greater and larger than these handful of YouTubers, influencers that go on these trips. I think the trips are well earned. The fact that a handful of people can make a makeup product be so successful just by making a video or talking about it, that's worth rewarding. I think that's great. I couldn't do what they do because their reach is amazing, and I think they should be rewarded for it. But I think for everyone to be kind of more on board with it and it be more honest and unbiased is to give the products to these influencers first. Let them do their business. Let them make that review. Let them do the tutorials. Let them do what they need to do with the product. Don't tell them that there's going to be this trip at the end of all of it. Don't let every compensation be going to Iceland. And do it in a way that makes influencers not feel that there's something to come of it. And randomly just be like, hey, thank you so much for everything you've done for our brand. You have done this for this product. You have worked so hard on this launch. To reward you for your hard work and efforts, everyone, let's go to Hawaii and we're going to talk about the successes that we had with our reviews. Let's have a little discussion on how we can make this brand better. I think that could be a more beneficial trip for the influencers and for the makeup brand. And by having the influencers let us know beforehand their thoughts about the products, we get a little bit more honesty because the influencers don't know if they're going to be going to Bali. They're just making the review. Now, will that deter people from still not giving an honest review? Not everyone. However, if you look at the two ways that they're doing it now, which one would garner more of a least honest review? Taking them on a trip beforehand for the launch and making them do all these great things and then them doing it after, and that pressure of like, I gotta do good because, what if we're gonna go to, I don't know where, we're gonna go to Tahiti next time, I gotta do good. Or like, here's the product, try it out, time passes, and be like, hey, you did really great. Like, we really appreciate what you're doing for our brand. Let's go to this place and let's talk about how we can make the brand better for your audience. I mean, come on. I think that makes more sense. And so with that said, that concludes this video. Again, this is not to bash any makeup companies. I just think that these are ways to better engage with the community as a whole and, kind of shake things up a little bit. Things have been so redundant in the makeup industry as of late that I feel like we can better improve it so that things are constantly moving, the wheels are constantly turning, and we'll just keep this love for makeup going. This industry has boomed so much over the past few years that it's almost like unthinkable. Like how did we get here? And that's because of the whole community, the influencers, big and small, the companies, social media, everything put together has made it what it is today. And I think that we can always improve and better ourselves so that the community is not like always with the same things, and bettering the criticisms that it's been getting recently. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and if you did enjoy this video and have not done so already, go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys like this makeup look, go ahead and head over to Instagram. First link in the description box for all the products that I used to put this makeup look together. Thanks again so much for joining me. Until the next video, I hope you all are doing well and taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.